This morning, we have continuing coverage of the attempt to overturn Wisconsin's 2020 presidential election results. We'll show you newly released video and what text messages reveal about Senator Ron Johnson's involvement.
Plus, voters in Minnesota and 14 other states are headed to the polls today. What's at stake on this Super Tuesday?
And after yesterday's rain, it is a clear slate this morning. Just some wet roads as well. We're talking about some sun returning this afternoon. More coming up.
Hey, good Tuesday morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Shane Hogan. We got that rain overnight, much needed rain. And you've been saying all morning, it's like we're a clean slate.
Right, so fresh and so clean outside.
Oh, nice.
This morning. We needed the rain.
We did.
And some people got a lot of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of feast or famine in some spots, especially like Kelly was showing us the rain total map this morning. It seems like Madison kind of missed out, like the Madison proper kind of missed out on some of the heavier bands yesterday.
Well, you know, we've been talking about this for a long time now. We're always right on the edge, and that was definitely the case yesterday. The severe weather threat was mainly south of Madison. Heaviest rain on the south side of Madison. Lesser amounts as you go on the north side into parts of Columbia and also Sauk County. All right, so it's going to be quiet, a little bit cooler the next few days, but still running above average. Temperatures near 50, still about 10 degrees above our average for this time of the year. We are expecting some rain showers through about Friday, and that will continue into Friday night. It might be cold enough, can't rule out a little bit of snow mixed in, but it looks like it's going to be mainly a rainmaker for us, and we definitely needed the rain that we got yesterday, as we are still continuing with partial drought conditions across southern Wisconsin due to last summer's drought. 39 in DeForest right now, 40 in Middleton, 39 in Sauk City, Monona right now 39 as well. Clouds are going to be pesky, and they'll gradually move on out as we get toward the noon hour, especially areas northwest up into parts of Sauk County. Eventually Madison, I think all of us, spreading onto the east into Jefferson County as well, looking at some of that sun to return. But we are looking at some clouds right now. I do have a stiff northeast wind. Should break out into some sunshine, and that should help us get up close to 50 later today. So quiet for a few more days, but we are talking about that weather system later this week. And we'll also show you some of those rainfall totals that we saw last night coming up in about 15 minutes.
Looking forward to it, Kelly. Thank you. To continuing coverage now, we're learning new information about the attempt to overturn Wisconsin's 2020 presidential election results.
As part of the settlement between Wisconsin's fake GOP electors and the real ones, texts and emails from Donald Trump's former lawyer and advisor are now public. Released with those messages, videos showing the fake electors casting their votes inside the Wisconsin Capitol. The newly released messages show former Trump advisor Kenneth Chesebro advised the Trump campaign to coordinate with Trump's lawyer, Jim Traupus. In those texts, the two talk about their attempt at delivering false elector documents to Senator Ron Johnson's staff. Johnson has previously said he connected Traupus with his staff about delivering something to former Vice President Mike Pence, but claims he didn't know what it was and that his chief of staff didn't know either. Texts from Traupus to Chesebro, though, say Traupus had a conversation with Johnson and his chief of staff about original copies. Later texts from Traupus say Johnson couldn't deliver some sort of certificate to Pence because it wasn't sealed.
Governor Evers is responding to that newly released information, and in a post on X, the governor said, quote, Republican fake electors had the nerve to sit in the people's house and cheer when they voted to overturn our election and tell Wisconsinites their votes didn't matter. This never, ever, ever should have happened, and there sure as hell must be accountability. Now, neither Attorney General Josh Kaul nor the Wisconsin Department of Justice have confirmed or denied whether they've investigated the fake electors. As for Senator Johnson, he has yet to comment on those newly released communications. News 3 Now will keep you up to date and informed on all of the information about the fake electors and whether the DOJ or Attorney General will charge them. You can follow along with all of that information on our Channel 3000 mobile app.
Meantime, it is a crucial day in the 2024 presidential race. Voters in more than a dozen states are headed to the polls for Super Tuesday. A third of the delegates are at stake today to determine the Republican and Democratic nominees. CBS News' Skylar Henry reports.
Super Tuesday is here, with hundreds of delegates up for grabs in 15 states in American Samoa. Last night, the GOP frontrunner, former President Donald Trump, swept the North Dakota GOP caucuses. It followed the release of the Supreme Court's unanimous decision, which says states like Colorado cannot disqualify Trump from the ballot.
It was a very important decision. I think it will go a long way toward bringing our country together.
For Republican rival Nikki Haley, it's make or break amid growing GOP calls for her to drop out of the race, though Over the weekend, she picked up her first primary win in Washington, D.C.
We can either have more of the same, or we can go in a new direction.
New CBS News polling shows that a large margin of likely voters have negative feelings about a possible Biden-Trump rematch. Those same polls show President Biden currently 4 points behind Trump in a head-to-head matchup. Meanwhile, activists in states like Minnesota are pushing those headed to Democratic primary polls today to vote uncommitted in protest of Biden's handling of the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza.
We all want this conflict to end as soon as possible.
Even if both frontrunners pull off a clean sweep tonight, they still won't win enough delegates to clinch their party's nomination. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Alexandria, Virginia.
6:36 now. Back here in Wisconsin, parents are getting a tax cut. A bipartisan bill will lower the cost of childcare. Parents can now deduct all of their qualifying childcare costs from their state taxes up to a higher amount. That's up to $10,000 for one kid. Now, this comes as Wisconsin's currently facing a worker shortage, in part due to a lack of available and affordable childcare.
When my kiddos were 1 and 3, my childcare was double my mortgage and easily the most expensive thing in my life. In fact, every year, my husband and I had to make that difficult choice about whether one of us dropped out of the workforce.
Now, this bill was just one of several that Republicans sent to the governor's desk. Evers vetoed the others just last week. Republicans say they believe those bills would have helped Wisconsin families, while the governor argues they wouldn't have worked out in the long run. If you're wondering when more tax cuts could head your way, the legislature likely won't take more action on that for the rest of the year.
In more efforts to boost the workforce, the state has 2 new mobile career labs. Those will allow the DWD to bring online job search services to people across the state. For people looking for work, that includes help filling out applications. For employers, it means assistance for recruitment events. If you're interested in visiting a local workforce event, the Wisconsin Job Center has all that information on its website.
And in Verona, SSM Health is building a new medical facility. Currently, many people in Verona have to leave the area to receive primary care, some traveling as far as East Madison. The mayor of Verona, though, tells News 3 Now this facility will have an impact on the community that goes far beyond providing health care.
A big and positive impact on the city. I mean, it's no secret. Our big part of our employment base is Epic, and I think that's really wonderful, and I think that's really great. But ultimately, everyone's not going to work at Epic, and so like anytime we can add another employer, another job center, I think that's a really positive benefit for the community and for anyone who holds a job there. I think it'll be a big impact for them.
Groundbreaking for that location will take place sometime in 2025. People in Verona can expect the location to open in 2026. Right now, you have the opportunity to support dozens of local nonprofits through the Big Share's annual Local Day of Giving. You can go to thebigshare.org and put your location in and select a cause that you would like to donate to. Those span from women's issues to poverty and hunger. And this year is particularly special because the Big Share is celebrating its 10th anniversary.
This is a remarkable demonstration of the power of grassroots fundraising, because each of our close to 70 nonprofits are having their own campaigns on this day. And by all working together at the same time, we're expanding that message out to thousands of people and raising, we're hoping to raise $800,000 this year.
The online Day of Giving ends tonight at midnight. Again, if you're looking to donate, you can head over to thebigshare.org.
Hey, a big announcement here. We now know the headliner for this summer's AmFam Championship concert. Bree Stevens Field will host the rock band Train.
All right.
All the proceeds from the show and other events during the tournament week are going to go, as always, to the Steve Stricker AmFam Insurance Foundation. That Train concert is going to take place the night of June 7th. Doors open at 6. Tickets are on sale this morning. Grandstand tickets start at $59.
And it's been a huge success, and it's really been an exciting part of the week, and it ultimately helps us raise more charitable dollars at the end, having a concert. And we're excited to have Train come to Bree Stevens Field.
That's exciting. Train's a big name.
Oh man, it's taking everything in my power to not start jamming Drops of Jupiter right here on the desk. I'll do my best not to, but commercial break, no promises.
That'll be a big one. That'll be a big one this summer.
To that.
Good cause. Coming up after the break, we're sharing another big summer event. Concerts on the Square is coming back. We'll share the calendar after the break.
And we still have some leftover clouds with a northeast wind this morning. We are expecting some sunshine later today. We'll have the first warn forecast coming up.
And we are meeting the top 5 candidates for the Spirit of Service Award as we look to honor local veterans. We're going to meet our next guy coming up next.
Come on, Michael, come on. Catch the ball! Huddle up! Do you need to get your eyes checked? Well, actually, here's the play. Stanton Optical makes glasses in 30 minutes. It's easy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy! Hut! Come on, Michael, you got this. Come on, turn! Michael, catch! I can see! You did it! I did it! 30-minute glasses? Now that's an easy play. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Interested in an electric vehicle? Bergstrom has the largest selection of electric vehicles and a team you can trust. Buy with confidence and complete peace of mind from Wisconsin's #1 automotive retailer. Bergstrom Automotive, driven to deliver gas, hybrid, or electric.
Getting up to 5% back is easy at Fleet Farm. Fleet Rewards members can earn up to 5% back on every purchase, in-store and online. The earnings stack up automatically. The more you buy, the more you earn. No rebates, no coupons, no hassles. And Fleet Rewards membership is easy, so sign up now and start earning up to 5% back on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. Some exclusions apply.
Here's your parachute.
Certain it's okay? Are you 4imprint certain? Certainty matters, so congratulate coworkers or say thank you with promotional products from 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To your big promotion.
And to your new house.
I know. What? I guess you had to move fast in this market.
Right? Best thing I did was get a pre-approval from Summit. Once I knew my budget, I only looked at homes I could make a serious offer on.
And how's construction going on your place?
1 month left.
Must be stressful.
Actually, no. I'm working with Summit too, and they've been great about answering all my questions and guiding me along. It's been easy.
Whether you're building or buying a home, Summit Credit Union is here to help.
Attention Wisconsin residents. If you're looking for individual or family dental coverage and want a dental plan that fits your needs, Momentum Insurance can help. We are a locally owned Madison-based insurance company and a trusted provider of all dental insurance needs with friendly, helpful customer service and high value in coverage and cost. To learn more or enroll, visit our website, MomentumPlans.com. That's MomentumPlans.com. Momentum Plans, dental insurance you can smile about.
Our community is full of wonderful, giving people. Tell us about the good you see. Go to Channel 3000 or post it using the hashtag #DoSomethingGood. I'll share your stories on News 3 Now. Let's do something good.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is taking you beyond the barometer. Email your weather-related questions to firstwarn@wisctv.com, and our team of meteorologists will give you the answers on News 3 Now, live at 4. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Welcome back on your Tuesday morning. Concerts on the Square is returning this summer for its 41st year.
And we've got the schedule from the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra this morning. The first concert will be June 26th, the last July 31st. All the dates again on Wednesdays. Attendance, of course, is free. Every concert starts at 7 p.m., weather permitting, of course.
Just look at those images from the last couple of years. People out in the chairs, their drinks.
Can't wait. Cannot wait. We missed out on a lot of them. Last summer, we had some of those cancellations and delays. The heat, the wildfire smoke.
All sorts of things going on.
Yeah, it was a wild summer, Kelly.
Yeah, wild summer, wild winter. I mean, the weather over the last year has been just really crazy. You got to remember last year we had all that snow just about weekly, and now we're talking about quiet conditions and just unseasonably warm temperatures. And even though we're dropping our temperatures a little bit today, still going to be above average. And we still have some clouds left over behind our storm system that brought us the rain yesterday in Madison. I've seen some breaks in the overcast as we look at our Queen Bee radio sky cam coming in Platteville. And it looks like as we go throughout the morning hours, a little bit more clearing to the west, gradually making its way toward Madison. Actually, I want to get back to that rain vision. I want to show show you some of the heavier rainfall totals that fell. Now, you notice in Madison about an inch, especially on the south side. You go down toward Janesville, you see that red strip that moves into parts of Rock County, Walworth County. Some locations, 2 to 3 inches of rain. Then you go on the northwest side of Madison, up into Sauk County, Columbia County. Amounts were lighter, but everybody got some beneficial rains, and we definitely need it because that drought that we had last summer was pretty brutal, and just did not get a whole lot of precipitation this winter. Right now, all that rain that we had has now moved on to the east, and we've got quiet weather here locally. Now, we don't need the hail that we had yesterday. We did have some of those tornado warnings. Thankfully, we don't have any reports of any tornadoes actually touching the ground, but we do have some hail reports, nearly 1 inch in diameter here in Greene County, Lake Somerset, and also we had 1.5 inches, so about the size of a ping pong ball in Orfordville. This occurred yesterday afternoon just after 3 o'clock. Otherwise, right now, we are looking at some quiet weather. We do have the clouds this morning, a little bit of fog. So far, it hasn't been too thick, but some sunshine expected later today and quiet for a few days. And we are still expecting above average temperatures, just not the 60s and 70s like we had over the weekend. We are calling for some rain and maybe a little bit of a rain-snow mixture come late Friday night into Saturday. Wind speeds are a factor. They are the northeast around 10 to 15 miles per hour, and there'll be a noticeable wind coming in out of the northeast. They're typically pretty stiff on the backside of the storm. They will come down later this afternoon, closer to 10 miles per hour. That storm system's out. We have this really weak area of low pressure out to the west. That one's going to stay to our south, so we're not really going to get impacted by that. Northeast winds, though, up there around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Temperatures still getting up close to 50 with some sunshine. And boy, I tell you what, look at this beautiful sunset from Madison here. Tom took that photo. And we should see some sun today. It should be a gradual process here in Madison, a little bit sooner off to the west. We'll get into the upper 40s to around 50 later today, so still running above average. And it's going to be quiet for the next several days. It won't be until Friday night and Saturday. That'll be the best chance of seeing some of that rain spurting in. You can see on Friday some of this rain spurting in. May mix with a little bit of snow before everything starts to wind down by later Friday night into Saturday morning. And I think it'll be dry. It may actually get into some sunshine Saturday afternoon. 38 in the Dells, 39 in Lone Rock, 39 in Watertown, 39 in Madison right now, getting up to 50. Today with some sun. A little cooler tonight because of the clearing skies. 51 tomorrow, 52 Thursday, and there's that chance of rain. Kind of a washout Friday, and then we'll look at some of that. Maybe changing over a little bit of snow Friday night into early Saturday before clearing up later in the afternoon, but we rebound right back into the 60s next week.
All right, Kelly, thank you. In the 608 this morning, you know, we're less than a week away from announcing the big winner in the Spirit of Service campaign.
All right, well, our Josh Sprider is here to introduce us to the top 5 veteran nominations all week long. Hey, Josh.
Hey, good morning, guys. Our partners in this campaign, Vortex Optics, narrowed the 100 nominations in the Spirit of Service down to 5. And this week, we are finally meeting the candidates who have a chance to win that $5,000 cash award. Next up today, meet Daniel O'Kane.
With all the nominations that were there and to be chosen out of that many to be a final finalist was pretty amazing.
Daniel O'Kane, or Dano as everyone calls him, has quite the story. He went into the Marine Corps at age 17, where he was from 1985 to 1990. When he returned, he worked at his father's restaurant, also working in food service at UW Health. The last 5.5 years in the Children's Hospital. That's where he met Josie, a little girl who inspired him to do more in the community. Josie was a girl who had cancer. She inspired other kids in the hospital going through similar treatments. She also loved to fish, so Dan built her a custom rod. From there, he founded Josie's Gift in her memory, a local nonprofit that creates fishing poles for children in UW Hospital as a way to give them something to look forward to. This July will mark the 5th annual Kids Fishing Day on Lake Winnebago.
To date, we've done over 80 custom rods that we've given to children, and we sit down with the kids and design their own rod. And I consider it a win if you can spend 2-3 hours with a child and take their mind off of what they deal with on a daily basis and just take their mind away from it, and they can enjoy doing something. And then when you present it to them, just seeing the smiles and the hugs, I'm paid tenfold easily.
I asked Dano what he would do with the $5,000 if he were to win the Spirit of Service award. At no surprise, Dan says he would put the money towards Josie's Gift. It would allow them to help impact more children's lives while they're in a rough chapter of their life. The money would allow Dan to build more fishing rods, creating even more wonderful memories for the kids and their families at the Josie's Gift Kids Fishing Day. Again, Dano is one of 5 people you can vote for right now to receive that Spirit of Service award. We'll be meeting a new candidate and hearing from them every day on News 3 Now this morning this week. So stay tuned to learning more about their messages and what they plan to do with that $5,000 cash. Right now, you can vote for your favorite nominee at channel3000.com/contest through Friday, March 8th. 1 vote per day per email. You can also go to the story on our website and click on the Vote Now link. I'll be announcing that winner again on Monday, March 11th, right here live on News 3 Now this morning. And I have an update from our web team. We're up to 900 votes so far.
Oh my goodness.
900 votes. So I think we can double that by the end of the week. I think people are holding out. They want to see these stories that we're airing right here on News 3. So a lot to look forward to. But I mean, I told you guys that these stories were going to be incredible, and it has not disappointed so far.
Just powerful and heartwarming and beautiful, all the things. I mean, it's wonderful.
And to think, you know, we're only able to feature 5 of those 100 nominations. There are dozens and dozens, hundreds of those people right here in the 608 that are inspiring people every single day. So we are so grateful to them.
Do we have all 5 of the finalists posted right now for people to look at, or are we revealing one each day?
If you go to channel3000.com/contest, you'll actually be able to see all of their photos and all of their stories.
Love it.
So yes, everything's up right now. So if you're holding out, that's okay. That's okay. We'll have more as we go throughout the week, but all of their stories can be seen right now on channel3000.com.
Awesome.
Very inspiring. Josh. Thanks.
Good stuff.
Josh is always looking for inspiration to share in the 608. Reach out on social media or email him if you have an idea you'd like to see on TV.
Coming up in the morning sprint, a former member of the Trump organization's pleading guilty, what he did and how long he's going to jail.
And we want to wish a happy 3rd birthday to Olivia. Hope it's a great one. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by 3 Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Whoa, you need the experts.
Right now at Felco, get free installation plus no interest for 5 years.
Call now.
Call 866 for Felco.
Protect your home with a reliable generator from Generac, the industry leader. Richland Home Power offers expert installation and a range of power solutions for your home. Visit us at Richland Home Power, a Generac authorized dealer.
Spectrum Internet delivers with fast and reliable speeds nationwide, so there's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum. Now get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and a Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line free for 12 months. Visit Spectrum.com or call 844-242-1479. Spectrum Internet offers speed and reliability, while advanced Wi-Fi gives you best-in-class security and privacy for all your connected devices. And Spectrum Mobile delivers unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included. Switch now and get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 with advanced Wi-Fi and 1 line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited free for 12 months. Start saving today. Go to Spectrum.com, a Spectrum store, call 844-242-1479, or scan the call now.
Welcome to Badgerscape Design and Landscape. We offer a full range of landscaping services, from design to maintenance. Our professional team is dedicated to meeting all your landscaping needs. Call us at 608-295-1446 or visit badgerscapedesignandlandscape.com.
Only at Vanguard, you're more than just an investor, you're an owner. That means your priorities are ours, too. Our retirement tools and advice can help you leave a legacy for the ones you love. That's the value of ownership.
Here's California banker Eric Hovde, running for U.S. Senate. But Hovde's lifestyle? Pure California. CEO of a billion-dollar bank. Here's Hovde's over $7 million Laguna Beach mansion. And 3 years in a row, Eric Hovde was named one of Orange County's most influential residents. Multimillionaire California banker Eric Hovde. On Wisconsin's side, don't bank on it. Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
News 3 Now and Vortex present The Spirit of Service, a tribute to those who've gone above and beyond in our community. Over the past few weeks, you've nominated a veteran in our community who's making a real difference. Now it's time for you to vote for the finalist. Visit channel3000.com, read their stories, and vote for the deserving finalist. The lucky winner will be announced on March 11th. the Spirit of Service Award, presented by Vortex.
Gruber offices. One call, that's all.
6:54, time for the morning sprint.
Newly released text from former Trump lawyer Jim Trupis and former Trump advisor Kenneth Chesebro allege they spoke with Senator Ron Johnson about giving fake votes to former Vice President Mike Pence. Johnson has previously said while he did speak with the two about taking something to Pence, he didn't know what it was. He is yet to comment on these new details.
And the former chief financial officer for the Trump Organization is going to jail. Alan Weisselberg pleaded guilty to perjury charges related to his testimony during the civil investigation into Trump's financial statements. His sentencing is part of a deal. It drops 3 other charges he faced. Weisselberg will serve 5 months in prison.
Taking a live look now at St. Paul, Minnesota, where voters are headed to the polls. That's just one of the 15 states voting in today's Super Tuesday primaries. For Donald Trump and Nikki Haley, more than a third of the delegates are at stake. Meanwhile, President Biden is looking for over 1,400 delegates. And even if the leading candidates receive all the votes today, that will not be enough to secure either of their party's nominations.
Tomorrow, Vice President Kamala Harris will be in Madison. The White House says that Harris will be highlighting the Biden administration's efforts to promote union job growth. The last time the vice president was in town was back in January when she kicked off her Focusing on Abortion Access tour. News 3 Now will bring you coverage of the VP's stop throughout the day tomorrow.
Good morning, 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock. We are just cloudy this morning after a rain yesterday, but these clouds give way to some sunshine today. And even though it's not going to be as warm as we've been, we're still likely to be about 10 degrees above average. Clouds departing slowly from west to east, probably in the Madison area early this afternoon when we should get into more sunshine. And we'll have temperatures up close to 50, so running above our average. We have to deal with that northeast wind throughout the day, up to around 10 to 15 miles per hour, but still running above average as we get up to 50 with some sun today. A little cooler tonight, down to 30. We're up to 51 tomorrow, 52 Thursday before rain moves in. Some of that rain may mix with or change to a little bit of snow Saturday.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Thanks for joining us, folks. Another news and weather update in 30 minutes.